Okay, so yeah, should be recording that hopefully. So, yeah, today we're gonna be doing another run of Chaos Zero Nightmares Codex mode in the Zero system. Although this time, as you can see, I'm actually trying to go to difficulty 10. So to get to difficulty 10, you have to clear Codex of difficulty level 76. Uh, but yeah, hopefully this will be fine. I mean, it's kind of like not the worst debuff. It's not really that good, but like the team that I'm going to be running is pretty overpowered in this mode, so I will be fine, I'm pretty sure. If you don't know how the codex system works, basically you can merge codexes that give you a specific difficulty and level, uh, and you have to like win streak to get the higher difficulties unlocked because you can only see, like right now I would only be able to make a level 75 uh codex like normally, but because I won a level 73, I think it, or it was a really high level one I won, and then it was able to give me a level higher than I would normally be able to make, and I unlocked difficulty 9. So now trying to unlock difficulty 10, which I believe is the last one. So thought that this would be kind of interesting to see the run. So I'm going to be running this Yuki team. So we've got Yuki, Ray, and Cassius. I think, I mean, I don't know if this is the best Yuki team, but this is definitely the one that I've found the most success with in most content that I've used it in and everything. I think that it works really well. It's going to tell you that your characters are underleveled because the max level team is level 60, whereas it recommends level 76 characters, which, you know, isn't possible because you can't go higher than the max level, but it's fine. So to start off here, we're going to not take that for sure. Actually, all of these are kind of bad, so I think I'll just take this. I maybe could have taken the easier combat things, but it's fine. My main goal is to try to reach the end and beat the boss. That's all I really have to do. So anything that gets me there is good. Persevere is like really nice. I wish there was like a way to reroll this thing. I don't really mind this as long as the legendary equipment is good, but a lot of legendary equipment is like okay. It's very situational. So you can get a preview of your run as you're going along. Codex is like a roguelike mode in this game, where you start with a handful of cards on your characters and stuff, and then you slowly unlock the rest of your deck. You can also remove cards, and you can also duplicate cards in certain events and after the final boss, which can allow you to get really customizable decks. The cards, certain cards have like epiphanies and stuff, which are like different uh, variants of the card that can be used in certain situations for builds and everything. And then there's like a ton of customization of the characters in this game. So if you play Codex, or if you play Chaos Zero Nightmare, you're going to be running Codex a lot just for a ton of different builds. So I want to take the path of least resistance. I'm going to try to take the easiest path possible. This means that the enemy's enhanced, but they'll drop more Chaos Orbs, which you use to get permanent upgrades, although I've already got all of the upgrades that you can get with Chaos Orbs, so I don't really need any more. And it makes the enemies a lot stronger, or they have like a modifier as well. So personally, I don't think I want to deal with them. I'd rather not go to Lab Zero, but it's probably going to be the easier path because there's like 2 enhanced enemies this way. But yeah, I'm kind of trying to see. Yeah, if I go on this top path, there's a way where I can do the least amount of fights possible, which should be the easiest path. So yeah, every single round a card is going to get discarded at the beginning, which, depending on how the run goes, that could just be a very minimal debuff or whatever. Like I think the card it discarded there was like, yeah, I think it was that wild card. Nothing. Yeah, that one's whatever. I wouldn't have played it here normally. So yeah, the way that Yuki works is these cards with the green on the side are going to be Yuki because that's the same elemental type. She's the only one of that's elemental type that I have in this team. Whenever you draw a lot of her cards, they have this inspiration thing at the bottom. So if you draw it outside of just the start of a round, then you get an enhancement of some kind. Like this one just makes it where the cost of the card is decreased. Um, because I've already drawn the cost decrease ones, I don't think I'm going to be able to get one. Actually, I should be able to get one that I can play here. So that ego skill, it uses that over there. Oh yeah, I'm dumb. Okay, so the ego skill, what it does is it puts a card from your hand onto the top of your deck, and then it draws the closest to the top of the deck card from the character that that partner is equipped to. And for me, that's Yuki. So this is her card. So it literally just put her card, because that's the only one I have, back into the deck and then drew it again. When I tried... Oh, I don't even have the card that I was trying to draw anyway in the deck. I didn't even check that. Yeah, whatever. I could have played this, is the other thing, but I mean, it wouldn't have killed. So. Does it really matter? Not necessarily. But yeah, if you can't tell, cards have like a cost up here, and then you've got your AP down here. That shows you how much you have. You start with 3. Most of the time you'll have 3. That was my 2 cost card, so surely this time I can draw something usable. Okay, that works. This guarantees you draw an attack, which does proc the inspiration effects. Cassius is someone that has all these like dice and card themed cards, and he is really good at drawing cards, so works really well with Yuki in that way. And then Rei is a healer. They're both healers, but Rei is like more healing focused, although she does a pretty good amount of damage. Cassius is kind of like draw focused, although he's kind of a jack of all trades character, really, but he's got draw. Rei also has draw, but her draw requires you to exhaust a card. That was just saying that it wanted me to know that I could play a card there, but be reminded in the future, but I don't need to be reminded. Okay, so we're going to play this upgrade card. So what that does is it gives you a quest for Cassius. So anytime I play a 1 cost card, it's going to add to that counter. And then when I play 3, it's going to give me a free card that I can play. And then this increases damage of cards with 1 cost. Now it does update in real time. So even though this was a 1 cost card and now it's a 0 cost, it does not get the buff. So that is something to keep in mind if you have cards that are varying in cost. Now, select and remove 1 card is pretty good here. This allows you to remove a card for free instead of having to pay for it like you normally would in the in-game shops with those credits up there, and each time you remove a card it scales the price. So I'm going to remove this shield card because I don't really want to draw shield with Yuki. In fact, I don't even really want to draw shield. I'd rather draw one of the heal cards, if anything. But I'd rather just, try to get to my main damage cards because you don't really need sustain as much as you need to cycle your damage as quickly as possible in this game. So we're going to be removing that card. And then this is a rest area. That was an event area. This one's a rest area. So you can do training. This will give you 1 of 3 cards to choose from. But you can also just rest for free, which decreases the stress. If the stress maxes out, your characters will have a mental breakdown, and then you have to play some cards until they get their mental breakdown fixed. And it also removes their HP temporarily. So you lose about 1/3 of your HP most of the time, because you've got 3 characters. So yeah, resting at the campfires is a really good way of managing the stress. And see, characters get stressed just from like existing sometimes. Cards with that little yellow thing have an epiphany, which means that they'll either get a special version or they'll generate a new card, depending on if you've already gotten all of your cards or what. It's kind of random. You can get epiphanies for cards that change their abilities while you still are missing some cards. But a lot of the time, the early ones are going to prioritize giving you more cards. That way you can get closer to your complete deck. So what that card does normally, I've been playing it just kind of as an attack. It actually is an attack that activates the epiphanies of a card that you've already drawn. So you don't have to put it like back in your deck and draw it again to be able to get the epiphany. Which is really nice. Now, normally I would take this shop, although there's an elite after it. However, there's another shop directly above it that doesn't have an elite, so I think I will go this way. I am fine with removing credits rather than getting a curse card. You can just go to the shop and remove a curse card, but I'd rather remove cards that I don't want to draw than put a card in my deck to then have to go and remove it. Especially because I'm still going to have to do this next combat section here. So yeah, that yellow means that a card in the draw pile does have an epiphany on it. That can be either an epiphany that gives you a new card or an epiphany that just changes the card stats. And if you don't play the cards to get the epiphanies, you still get them at the end. So yeah, this is one that's going to change the abilities. It's actually a divine version, which has like special modifiers and stuff. We're going to want this one, even though this one has the special modifier for the divine thing. That's what this symbol does. So down here as well. This one's a better buff for the current build. Everything. This one's also a divine epiphany. This one is really good. This one's fine, but I do like this one because it's free. Can't really go wrong with reducing AP. As long as you're still, you know, having the draw as well. Yeah, we can remove a card from the shop, so it costs 80 this time, but next time it's gonna cost, I think, 120, and then it goes up to like 200, and then like 280 or something. It scales up as you go along. So we're gonna remove this card here, just because this card's really awkward to play most of the time, so I usually just try to remove it. And that's gonna make it where I'm more likely to just draw actual damage cards for my Yuki as well. I wouldn't mind getting this, but I'm gonna try to refresh the items and find something a little bit better. If it was Heart of Gold, it would be worth, but I don't like Heart of the Jewel. I don't entirely mind Big Game Hunter. You know, it's fine, we'll just leave it alone. All those refreshes were free from one of those permanent upgrade things you can get with Chaos Orbs. So this will also give you an equipment, so these waypoints here. So I will go ahead and take this just because it's free stats. Most of the time I felt like you want to take it. If you have like nothing. There are times where you can argue that you're supposed to sell it. But removing more cards is good, but it's not really a priority for me at the moment. So. This is technically not a bad one to have, but I don't really have the healing for it is the thing. So for this run. This run's not really a run where I'm trying to min-max the utility of my cards. It's more a run where I'm trying to just make it to the end. Because once I unlock the highest difficulty of Codex, I can make codexes of that difficulty a lot easier than I currently can, so I'd rather just try to get to that point. Yeah, you've got D20 rolls during these. I guess I could have taken the credits, but, you know, getting stress decrease is fine. Rather than fight the elite, I'm going to go through Lab 0, which might have an elite. That little map indicator shows where the Lab 0 thing is. So this is like a event that's going on right now in the game that can give you interesting things to run. So you can get things like this, which I think this is actually pretty good. The obliterate modifier means that I can't like get rid of it or anything. I think that's one of the better cards in this mode that you can get. So look at this debuff that makes it where I'm gonna have to fight a boss, but get enhanced epiphany for a card guaranteed, but it's like a random card, so most of the time it will go to characters that aren't your DPS. So it's like, okay, this one actually went for the DPS. Oh wow, this is actually a really good one. In my opinion, this is the best epiphany of this card, and then we also got one that draws or gives you AP. So. Yeah, retain means that I can hold it in my hand, so I can just be sitting on a chance to draw. I think going for the combat in this is always good. But yeah, there's that eternal hunger curse. This is Nyx. What she does is she lets you take 3 cards, or up to 3, and then you discard them, and then you draw new cards. And I'm just doing that because I can really easily defeat that boss, and that's all that really matters to clear this stage, so. Yeah, we got a card epiphany for Yuki. It's a really good card. It's not her best card, but it is a really good one. So yeah, even though we can't trigger inspiration on these, we can still use them. So that's good. Now they're gonna do this thing, which like shuffles your deck and stuff, but it does no damage, so that's a good part. And now the fight is over. And elite enemies can drop an elite enemy card, which I think this one's like fine. The thing about adding cards to your deck is that if they're not the card that I got at the beginning of Lab 0, then they have an epiphany and they can take up your epiphany slot. Okay, this is the best version of this card. We might actually be able to get a decent Yuki deck. Which would be sick, actually. I think this is a really good variant of Dice Trick. I know a lot of people run Dice Trick as an upgrade card, so that way you can equip it, but that has a draw on it, and like that had a lot of stuff on it, actually. And then free stats for Ray is fine. I'm saving Yuki's slots for because your characters kind of share stats in a way. I'm saving Yuki's slot for cards that I would actually like. I don't really mind that equipment, but I'm going to take the credits. Yeah, see, this next one's 160. It's already pretty expensive. Crimson Sword is not really what I'm looking for. This could be useful. I'd rather get it cheaper, to be honest. Go ahead and remove this. Taking out some of the more useless cards. And whenever you remove cards, you add faint memory stacks, or get like modified cards, you add faint memory stacks. And there is a cap. The cap scales depending on what difficulty of Codex you're in. So we're on a really high Codex difficulty, so we don't really have to worry about that too much, but it is something to keep in mind if you're on lower Codex difficulties. So it incentivizes you to play on harder difficulties for better stuff. I'm fine with exhausting this, even though it's just going to go back. Oh, I didn't realize it goes to the top of your deck. Kind of annoying. So this has retain and exhaust, or retain and retrieve, so it will stay in my hand. And the first time I play it, it'll bounce back to my hand as well. Or if it gets discarded like that, bounces back. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, because that's going to activate the Epiphany there. Now this, Inspiration. This has an Epiphany on it, but I can't really do anything with it for now, so I'm just going to leave it alone. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on top of my deck, so that way it gets the Epiphany, or Inspiration. I keep saying Epiphany instead of Inspiration. This could draw something useful. Okay, it didn't, so this one will draw some. I forgot that this has straw on it now. Yeah, if nothing else, this is cycling through the deck a little bit, so that's fine. And then I'm fine with just playing that as an attack because I already used the retrieve on it. Retrieve is something that only happens once, so it can still be retained, but it can no longer be retrieved, if that makes sense. Yeah, that enemy has a one-time heal, which is kind of annoying. But... yeah, it looks like it's not going to attack me at the end of this turn, so... you can see a damage preview. So yeah, now it is going to attack me, so I'm going to use this because this gives me a damage reduction at the end of my turn, and it only lasts for one turn, so that's why I didn't want to use it initially. I guess I could have technically played that card first for the morale boost. Morale gives you additional damage, so it's not a bad thing to do. Yeah, the cost of that card goes down when doing quests, but I haven't actually activated a quest yet, so it's not going down just yet. So I'm going to go ahead and play that, and then this should be more than enough to take it out. The bad thing is I have not gotten the card that I want to get a copy of in the Epiphanies yet, but... yeah, honestly, skip for now. It's really unfortunate that I didn't get what I wanted, but it's not the end of the world. Cursed Corpse. And yeah, I'll do that one. It has some relics that I want to get. You can actually farm like the relics, or they're called memory fragments in this game, but you can farm them in this like that, so. Kinda down to give this to Yuki. Because this Yuki deck so far is really good. The bad thing is that I didn't get to duplicate the card that I really want to get duplicates of. But if I get 2 duplicates of it, which I can do still, or like 2 additional, so I can have 3 total, still from this point. I could have had 4 if I already had it by now, but yeah, it's fine. This is really good. I think this is kind of one that you almost always want to take. So yeah, let me check what this Yuki card I just got does real quick. Okay, so attunement's only applied once. That's what I wanted to double check. So yeah, Lab 0 is down here. Because I already got a card, like that attunement card, I can't get another one from this Lab 0, but I can still get really useful things. So I will actually go for it. Even though my main goal is still to, you know, try not to lose this run, I feel like I'm in a really good spot. This inspiration's not the optimal one, but I do kind of like keeping it as a 1 cost because I have like a memory fragment set on my Yuki that makes it where I deal more crit damage with 1 cost cards with her, so. All those kind of suck, but I'm not really interested in getting a rebuild right now. What Yuki's Ego Skill does, by the way, is you will put your attack cards to the top of the draw pile, and then you get additional damage for each one move. So I have 1 attack card, and then it also has pretty good base damage, and it's an AoE move. Yuki's like a really AoE focused character, which... What do you mean there's no cards to draw? Oh, because draw space on Discord. I'm just kind of dumb. It's fine. Bonk. And... Okay, yeah, even if that crit that wasn't killing, but... Maybe. So yeah, this, because it draws, it actually counts as an inspiration proc. That already has inspiration proc on it, right? Or is it normally 1 cost? Oh no, wait, it's normally... It got reduced, yeah. I see. Okay, so we're going to trigger Epiphany to random card, hopefully... Okay, this isn't the one that I wanted, but it's still fine. I'm fine with choosing the quest, because I normally choose triple 1 with Yuki if possible, because I play a lot of 1-cost cards. And my Ray also buffs 1-cost cards, so you can kind of see the synergy in the idea, you know. So buff 1 cost, and then we're going to have this Epiphany, which is going to give me the upgrade. So this makes it where the cards that proc inspiration get an additional effect. So all the inspiration does is reduce the cost of this card, so... It's not like it adds more damage, so it's not an entire waste or anything to just go ahead and play it. Yeah, I'm trying to take out some of these enemies on the way here. And then I'm just going to go ahead and use Arwen to block some of this damage. I'm wanting to try to preserve my HP, best of my ability. Yeah, I really need 1 more card Epiphany on Yuki. Because 1 Epiphany is kind of a big deal. The card that I want to get cannot have a Divine Epiphany on it, which is kind of a good thing, because it means that there's less variance in it, and it's a really strong card already, so... Do have to fight an elite enemy in here. But this one only has 2,000 HP, so that's not too bad, to be honest. Okay, Divine Epiphany on this card. Ooh. Draw one. I do like being able to draw cards. It's pretty good. Because even if I don't get anything useful now, I'm at least, you know, moving it out of the way so that way I can get something useful in the future. Okay, so let's go ahead and choose the 111 quest. Okay, go ahead and get this epiphany out of the way. I think this is fine. Not really the epiphany I want, but whatever. So we're gonna move this to the top of the deck and then draw one. Okay, that's not exactly how I intended that to work, but that is how that would work. Okay, so I kind of messed up the deck then with that. Kind of greeted. But yes, that does proc 111. Ah, so got contamination in the end. And I played that card. So yeah, this is the mental breakdown here, so... Let's see, I can just play it, and then it has a chance to cure the mental breakdown or have a chance to make him fight his teammates. It does count that I played that card still, so it's not the end of the world. This is actually fine to put on Yuki, because like if you get nothing else, it's still usable. Another elite. Yeah, this elite's gonna be a little bit more annoying, but it's not like too bad of an elite to fight at least. You always want to play lead cards first, because lead cards, whenever you have them enhanced like that, means that they're reduced in AP, and they're only reduced so long as they're the first thing that you play. So if you draw multiple lead cards, then it's not really good. I mean, it's free stats there, so I'll take that. But yeah, you want to click this one in the middle first. I do like the choose up to 2 cards. Because that means that I can play that as like a heal if I wanted to. I guess they're glowing like that because Cassie's is on mental breakdown. They normally don't glow like that, I don't think, but I guess I never made it here in this kind of a situation. I kind of don't mind Gear Bag, but I'm kind of worried about my Yuki's ability to get the proper epiphany if I am not careful. So I need Yuki to get 1 card epiphany. I think that she already has every epiphany I can get outside of the one that I need, so at the moment. Resting will not end the mental breakdown. Okay, this is good. Good temporary card. If I can get something better, that would be nice, but I don't necessarily have to. I kinda don't mind removing this card, to be honest, because it's kinda useless most of the time. At least morale is like a decent stat. Okay, I don't really have enough money to be looking at things like that. Yeah, we need to try to draw some of Cassius's cards here. Because I played that one earlier, it does already count, as you can see, so I'm already at 2 stacks. This might just be able to defeat the enemy outright, yeah. Oh yeah, this one's like that. Well, you aren't gonna expect this. I do it every time. I'm also not gonna expect it. So yeah, whenever you cure a mental breakdown, you get a free ego skill, which Cass uses ego skill is kinda whatever. It decreases morale, so it lowers her attack, and then it gives you 2 quest cards, which isn't bad. It does not count as completing quests, though. It is something to keep in mind. It just gives you quest cards. We're gonna exhaust that. Exhausting a card means that I can't draw it again, by the way. It goes into the exhaust pile, not the discard pile. And there is a difference between them. Okay, that crit. Well, we're already gonna go ahead and replace that. 12% crit damage for free is not bad. I wouldn't mind going to the store, but I'm probably not going to be able to afford anything. It's bad news. This is like technically usable on Cassius, but I'm just going to extract it for credits, so hopefully I can afford something at this shop. Heart of Gold is an option. Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of done removing cards. I think the rest of those cards are fine. But I would like to get something for my Yuki. Yuki is not going to want Heart of Gold. I technically could have taken that Epiphany thing, because I'm pretty sure Yuki is the only character that is missing an Epiphany. It is a really important Epiphany as well. Okay, we don't get it yet. So with these enemies, the first one gets a shield, the rest also get a shield. I don't really want to exhaust these cards. I don't mind discarding them though. Okay, that's fine. I really wanted to get a damaging card for Yuki above. Yeah, triple one. Okay, put the material regeneration. It is kind of funny that it happens like every time. I guess I should just exhaust it like that. If you play it, then you exhaust it, so can't draw it again now. Because this enemy's got a thick shield now. Oh, I think I hit the wrong enemy. Yeah, if you hit the wrong enemy, it literally does 0 damage. Oh yeah, they blow up. I forgot that's what they do. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get through this shield, especially not with that draw. Could have played that triple one to maybe fix things, but doesn't really fix things. I'll just take the damage reduction. Should be fine. I definitely live it, so then I get some healing after. This is bad. Oh wait, this is fine actually. Okay, Yuki's kind of trolling at this point, and I don't really know what to do. 'Cause we're in the this is bad part of the run. It's really bad that I did not get the epiphany that I needed by this point. Why were you not saying you were gonna attack? Yeah, attack this. We're fine. Our... Okay, there's still a chance. I have to get an epiphany here, though. Ah, GG's. This deck could have been so good, man. That's kind of wild that I didn't get what I needed. Like, I don't know. I've never seen it happen where you just don't get the epiphany that you need in these difficulties. Like, I'm literally just missing a card on Yuki, and it's the most important card. Like, it's not like it's a card that I can ignore either. It has to be the card for Yuki. Like, it's the card for Yuki. Could have played that, I guess, but it's fine. Cassie's gonna have a mental breakdown. I'm gonna have a mental breakdown. Hey, Cassius, can you stop trolling? By the way. Thank you, Cassius. I did not do math properly. Oh, it's fine. I didn't even get the opportunity to get the dupe anyway. This deck could have literally been peak. That's sad. I guess that's the point of this game, is that you gotta, you know, get the high rolls and all that stuff. I might not even get the card Epiphany either, is kind of the wild thing about this run. Tycoon of the Abyss. I mean, this run was never supposed to be a run where I'm getting an actual build. It's in the right, like, difficulty for me to start looking for actual builds, but outside of that... Oh wow, you're missing a Epiphany as well. Trying to see if I can find decent equipment slot for Yuki. There's still a chance I can get one after this fight. 13,000 HP, that's not too bad. Okay, we do get the Yuki Epiphany that I needed, finally. So there is still a chance I can get one dupe, which would be better than my best deck, I will say. Well, kind of. There's like another thing I can get that would be really good, too, and it would actually make this better than my best Yuki deck, but I'll have to see. Let's go ahead and heal. I'm gonna go ahead and use Cassius's Ego Skill just to knock it out of the way. The Ego Skills are not free, they're just 4 AP less than they normally are. Why could I have done that? That's what I get for just going through fast. See, this was the card that I needed. I didn't even get a chance to dupe it, so it's not the end of the world, but I still have one after this fight. Yeah, now got a ton of extra damage because there's a lot of attack cards. And then I can play this. And draw some of them back out. And yeah, the rest will be drawn out here because they're on top of my deck right now. So unless I get shuffled, which it did not, so... I do kind of need this. Yeah, this is why I like Shuffle and Yuki decks. Okay, it's invincible this turn. Yeah, that's fine, that works out. See, because that generates me AP and also buffs the card, way better. I still had the rest of my hand to play out. Okay, so will the copy card give me what I needed? Yeah, it actually does. Okay, so that's fine. Well, that could be good for different build. Here, I guess you can have that, Ray. I don't even have any of the things. Your Chaos Loot. The Chaos Loot's just an optional thing, you don't have to claim it. I'd only claim it if it was worth grabbing, which not when it wasn't. But yeah, this Yuki save data is definitely usable compared to my other save data. It's not perfect, but it is good. I just need to start dismantling at the end of these things because I'm sure I have a ton of Ray things. And I'm doing counseling not because I want to save your save data, but because I want to try to get all the counseling sessions. I mean, either one, I'd be asking you to reveal your secret. If I ask you to teach the trick, I thought reveal meant to, like, show a trick. I don't know. It's a meech. Yes. I think I'll take this one. But yeah, I think, yeah, max difficulty level has been reached now, so. With that, I should be able to make codexes of any type. Yeah, difficulty level 10. So now, I don't have to, like, win streak, because you basically have to win streak from difficulty, whatever you start at, to difficulty 10. To be able to do that, so until you unlock it, so not bad. I'm actually gonna do a pull on the standard, but don't tell anyone I'm doing this. I did like 3 pulls on the standard. I hadn't done pulls on the standard before. Okay, but this is kind of getting ridiculous. Like, bro. I want to do this rescue merit, but I want to see what the 5-star will be because I've been like right at the edge of this 5-star. All day, and I've been trying to grind out all these little gems so that way I can reach it. It's fine. Anyway, let's go look at the Yuki save data real quick too, before I end the video. Yeah, this is the current save data I use. That's not bad. This was in Lab 0, so it makes sense for it to be good. This one's like really good as well. And I think that's fine. Yeah, aggressive mutant's really good. But they have an AP on it, like that versus this, which has an AP on this. Got Forbidden Hunger, which is worse. Do have more crit damage. There's there's like a thing I could have gotten that would have given me 12% crit rate as well for free. And I was really looking for that because that would have been clutch. There's also a purple tier item I could have gotten to replace this, but I mean, that's whatever. Still 2 iceberg cleaves. I don't know if this is better or worse than the other ones. This adds 30% damage, that would be 243 on these instead, versus adding a 60%. Either 130, yeah, this is the one I was looking for. Or, no, it's 6% crit chance, okay. And then, yeah, I could have got something like that. I don't really know what a good option would be here, to be honest. Like, that's not bad. Really good on, like, Milan. This one's also pretty good on Yuki. I do kind of think this one's better, though. I don't know. I'll have to do some testing and see. So I don't think that was bad. I definitely can get more save data with higher scores and stuff than that. Especially now that, you know, I've got the ability to generate tier 10 codexes. I just needed to be able to do that. So yeah, with that out of the way, I think I'm going to end things there for now. So not a bad run and everything. As far as Cassius save data goes, this is what I currently use on Cassius. It's kind of like a minimal thing. I do think that save data I got there was kind of interesting. Okay, this one's also interesting, but like, yeah, this card here is not bad. The rest of the save data is kind of bad though. I use Cassius a lot, so that's why. Got a lot of save data for him. I got a lot of save data for him. I probably got a lot for Mika. Yeah, for the supports, I think I got more than most characters. Whereas with like my DPS characters, it's... I actually have used Yuki a lot, but no, I haven't really done too much with Haru. I've done a lot runs, yeah. I'm gonna be doing runs with Chizuru soon. I'm finishing up building her first. I've had some interesting ones. I do think this one's really nice, because I've got triple Shadow of the Moon. So anytime I draw it, it's just a free Shadow of the Moon bind, which is not bad. But yeah, I'm trying to work on the potentials and stuff, and then I can start working on memory fragments afterwards. So just ignore the memory fragments right now. They are not great, but... yeah, my Yuki ones are kind of passable, to be honest. They're not the worst options. And then same thing with Haru, like my Haru ones. There's definitely some room for improvement, but like on some of the stuff, but some of the improvement's gonna be a while, for sure. Like this would already be an upgrade if I were to level it up and everything, but ones like this one are gonna be a lot harder to replace. I swear, I mostly get ego recovery or health on these things, which... not bad on certain characters, like the supports probably don't mind those, but... the rest of the characters exist as well. Ooh, damage over the time variant. I need more damage over time on my... I played for 1 hour. Oh, this means the recording session's actually shorter than my previous one, so that's not bad. Yeah, I need more damage over time on you, so... go ahead and change that off. I mean, if this rolls attack percent, it's gonna be better. Already an upgrade there. Okay, but what if it rolls damage over time? Okay. Void damage is the best for dot. Apparently, void damage does scale off dots. I've heard. Yeah, definitely want attack percent on this one though. Attack percent with damage over time. So what's my damage over time at on Tressa now? 23%. So yeah, I need to get it up to 30%. At 30%, I'm able to proc this whenever I unlock it, so... yeah. Kind of hard to spend resources on everyone, because I'm leveling up Chizuru right now, I'm leveling up Yuki still, technically. I'm going to be leveling up Tressa, then I want to build my supports. I want to build Mei Lin because she's like the meta character right now. There's a ton of different characters I want to build. I want to try some more characters. I want to get this character built, like properly built, because I haven't even really started on them yet, and they're also really meta as a support, so yeah. I don't know. I got a lot of work to do on the account still, but just kind of wanted to do a video showing me unlocking the final difficulty of Codex and stuff, and maybe getting a good Yuki build along the way. But yeah, that's where I'm going to end things for now. Guess I'll see everyone in the next one.